Hello guys and gamers, and welcome back to another video. Before we begin, I would love to remind you to please like and subscribe. If we hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, I would do a very special live stream dissecting the game design behind the most disappointing game I have ever played. And also, if you would, please comment something down below because I really want to start a discussion with my videos. That said, let's get into the actual topic of this video. Pokémon Scarlet and Violet got a brand new trailer this week, and it looks cool. I don't really have anything special to say that has not already been said, but I've noticed that with every Pokemon generation and every new Pokemon game, there will always be critics on social media, kind of giving their opinions about the current state of Pokemon and giving some cool ideas that would definitely improve the game. And those ideas are usually quite bad, I've noticed. So I thought it would be fun to take some common suggestions that Pokemon fans have and actually talk about them and why they are mostly a really bad idea. Most of them. Some of them are really ridiculous, some of them just make the games actively worse, some of them make development actually really not fun for Game Freak. Okay, so number one, having a Pokemon game with all regions in it. Now, I kind of understand this, and I would definitely not be against a Pokemon game in the future having more than one region in it. But having a Pokemon game with all regions in it would be a bad idea. My man, have you ever heard of the word pacing? It would get really boring really quickly and it would just be a mess. Overall, it just would not be a game worth making, especially when we go further and further. And now we have 9 regions. And number 2, this is the big controversial one. Having all Pokemon in one game again. Back when it was announced in Pokemon Sword and Shield's reveal cycle that all Pokemon would not be in the game for good, a lot of people got mad. And I think at that point it was kind of justified because it was just completely new thing. What? Not all Pokemon making it back? Why? We have had Pokemon be back for a very long time. This is the thing that we're used to. But overall, I think it was a good decision. Having all Pokemon in all games forever, it's just not sustainable. Think about in 30 years when we have 4,000 Pokemon, it would be a mess to manage all Pokemon in one game. It just doesn't work out. And overall, just having less Pokemon in a game is less for Game Freaks to worry about, less amount of work, and Pokemon has really a very, very difficult release cycle, and the timelines can be really bad for Game Freaks sometimes, so they don't have the most time in the world to make games. They can't really delay them because Pokemon is just more than the video games. There's also the anime, the movies, Pokemon Go, Pokemon cards, all of the merchandise, which is a big deal. So it just wouldn't work out. So having less time to worry about making the Pokemon fit another region, blah blah blah, and just having that time to do something a bit more creative, a bit more innovative, and just focusing on other things like the gameplay, maybe graphics, or having an open world or something in a game. And I think just getting rid of the all Pokemon have to be in a game restriction has already led to more creative titles. For example, Pokemon Legends Arceus, that game would not work, or that game would have not even been made if we would still want all Pokemon to be in all games. Because that game works very differently, and the battle system that is in the game would not even match with all of the Pokemon that we have. How would you use Shedinja in that game? I don't know. Okay, number 3, I think. I'm already confused about the numbers. I should have not set numbers at any point. Anyway, just this idea is basically a reaction to the difficulty in Pokemon games, which some Pokemon games are really easy. For example, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Pokemon X and Y, where this feature was added. What am I talking about? It is, of course, the EXP Share. And how EXP Share used to work before Pokemon X and Y is that it was a held item that if you gave it to a Pokemon, they would get some experience that they would otherwise not get if they were not in the battle. But in Pokemon X and Y, the EXP Share was automatically a party-wide thing. All Pokemon in your party would get extra experience, and the item was turned on by default. Now, the item could be turned off in Pokemon X and Y, but I think in Generation 7 or Generation 8, they put it so that you can't even turn it off. And I think that is actually a good thing, because just if that wasn't a thing, it would not make the game any more difficult. It would just make it more grindy. And having a game just be more grindy doesn't make it any more like difficult or any more fun. It's just annoying and time consuming. If you want more difficulty in a Pokemon game, that is a fair criticism. And to that I say actually play the Pokemon games, because Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon actually quite difficult at times. Pokemon BDSP had some really difficult battles as well. Pokemon Legends Arceus, also some difficulty there. So if you want difficulty, there are other ways to make it, and other like venues to make Pokemon more difficult, and that's actually something I really want to make a video on in the future. Maybe like next month or in a few weeks I could do a video on how to actually handle difficulty in Pokemon. Let me know in the comments if you want that to happen, because that is something I would really be interested in doing. Okay, number 4 is a completely new battle system. And yeah, some people are kind of saying that Pokemon is all of the games basically feel the same, and blaming it all on like the battle system, which I kind of get, because it is basically the same in all games, but just like little improvements over time, kind of perfecting the battle system that we have now. But actually getting rid of that battle system and to completely something new, again, like I said previously, it would not work out, because some Pokemon just would not be a match for that one. And just having all Pokemon, even if that was just a few hundred in a brand new battle system, would probably not work out as well as you think. It would take a lot of time. And if they make a battle system, what if it's not good? Pokemon also has a big multiplayer competitive scene. What if they don't like it? What if the battle system just doesn't work well in a multiplayer setting? That would be a disaster. And there's already a lot of people who do love the battle system that we have now, and a lot of people who do appreciate and don't want to get rid of it. What about those people? And I think it is just better an idea to keep the battle system that we have now and slowly make changes to it, and not just like completely getting rid of it and changing it to something like an action RPG game. Okay, the next suggestion that people have had is Pokemon is very childish. Let's have Pokemon just be more mature. Let's have Pokemon grow up with their audience. Well, for once, growing up with their audience basically means with your generation. Pokemon can always like attracts new people into the series because it's a massive franchise. So growing up with their audience, well, their audience mostly stays as kids at all times. They sure grow up, sure, but they still, some of them still love Pokemon as it is. So I don't really know what you mean by this. And just like a lot of the stuff that I see people like this talk about, they're like edgy 15-year-olds who want Pokemon to swear and use violence or something. I don't know. And some of the adult fans just like say, well, I think it would be more fun to see Pokemon explore more dark themes and such. I mean, they already do that, have you not read Pokemon? Have you not read the stories in Pokemon games? Like, Generation 8 was about climate change. Pokemon Generation 7 was ultra-dimensional aliens and family abuse. So they definitely do have darker elements in there, especially when you consider like Pokemon themselves, because some Pokemon like Drifloon or Guzzlord have like really terrifying Pokedex entries, and if you look into them, they're definitely not the average kids cartoon stuff. And some of that is even like reflected in the anime, which is for kids more than the games are. So I don't really know what you would want from Pokemon going more mature. If they want to boost the age rating, there's plenty of stuff you can do that is more mature and dark that they have already done, and the age rating has not gone up at all. Okay, so the final one, and this hurts me a bit inside to admit this, because this is something I actually want to see at some point, but for like one game, just give me one game. And this is basically going back to 2D sprites. I do not think overall it would be a good decision. Again, one part would be that they would be alienating part of their fan base, and just the target audience would not be as excited for this. 3D games are just like more popular than 2D games are. That might be unfortunate, but those are the facts. So it would be a way more harder to market this game if it was in 2D and going back to 2D. And there's also like the question of like innovation, because I do think there's plenty of stuff Game Freak can still do with the 3D space. I really want to see like a future where we have this like really cool open world Pokemon game where Pokemon kind of like live as part of the ecosystem. I want Pokemon to stay this way. I understand some Pokemon do not like the 3D models. Their colors are not well as colorful. They're a bit like shaded, and then the animations are not as lively as the 2D sprites in Black and White were. I do understand it, but I think it is overall good that Pokemon is now in 3D, and there's still plenty more they can do with the 3D games and take Pokemon to further levels and have the adventure of exploring a Pokemon game be like more immersive when we play Pokemon games and when how we experience Pokemon. But yes, that those were all of the weird suggestions I found that were actually not that good to begin with. Do you have any others in mind? Let me know down in the description. No? Comment section? I always say description for some reason. Anyway, I have nothing else to say here, so I will just see you guys next time. Bye bye.